morning. It is Wednesday, the 30th of July. You know, I've learned I can look at my watch now because I changed the face on it. And it is 7:53 a.m. It's 70. Let's see what my watch says. It's 73 and the car says 75. And it's 93% humidity. And I'm on my way to get blood drawn. And then I'll be going to work. But at first, we're going to get coffee because, you know, I've not had no coffee this morning. This is all I've had, water. And yes, I know it's in a plastic bottle. You don't have to tell me. I know everybody's always telling Tim about, don't drink out of plastic. Well, it's all I got. That's what I'm drinking. And I can guarantee you that if I've drunk enough out of plastic now that it wouldn't matter if I'm drinking it now. Looks like they're opening up a Thai and sushi restaurant there inside of that Days Inn or whatever it is. No, it's not a Days Inn. I can't remember what it is. I don't come this way much anymore, so. And so many people put stuff outside of that Mission store that he can't give away because it's rain. Now he's going to have to, I guess, throw it out. I don't know. Why do people put stuff outside like that? You know, you don't put stuff outside when it can storm. Okay, now, let's see. That air conditioning is a little chilly this morning, I must say. We're going to talk about Tim here in a minute. I got some notes. And they're notes that it takes too long when I print out the transcript. I'm going to try to learn to put notes down. And if I can't, then I'll just have to do it by memory. And my appointment's at 8, and we don't have much time. So it's going to be going fast. It's going to be going fast. Now, yesterday was National Lipstick Day, and I forgot to mention it on here. But anyway, I want to show you this lipstick I'm wearing. It's different for me. It's a metallic lipstick. And the problem I have with metallics is they're more drying to me than any kind of matte lipstick. They also can make your lips peel if you wear them a lot. So I don't wear them much. But anyway, Marsha Johnson, who I watch, you know, for a long time, she had bought her some, and so I decided to look at some on Amazon. Got a hair. And this is what it looks like. That's the swatch. And I had put some on at home before I left, and it was already gone. So that can tell you right there, it's not really that great. But I didn't pay a lot for it anyway. Like I say, it comes from Amazon. I don't remember what I paid for it. I'll try to remember to list it below. It's from the UK, so, but it's Angelicolor Metallic Shine Lipstick, and this color is Velocity. Velocity, after Max. Max Velocity. All right, let's hurry here. Okay, Sarasota Tim. He goes, he's talking about his LA fitness, and he decided he didn't want to do free weights, he wanted to do machines. I get it. You know, sometimes you're just not in the mood to do free weights, but at least he's doing something, I guess. That's all I can do is go by his word. Of course, he goes to McDonald's, and he said he had a brief conversation with somebody about Social Security and blah, blah, blah. Then he says he's going to the UTC for his steps. Okay, then in another video, he unboxes 2 gifts from a subscriber. A grill rescue cleaning tool and a McDonald's McCafe coffee. Of course, you know he don't call it that. He calls it McCafe. Premium roast medium coffee. He also mentions that he received a donation from Buy Me a Coffee from St. Louis Scott. And you know, he used to comment on my videos, but he don't anymore. Anyway, That's great. That's great for Scott that he feels he needs to give Tim some money. And then he talks about his Amazon link. And then he says his gastroenterologist calls him about a colonoscopy. Okay, he goes into saying that he had infusions when he was, and then he went into remission or whatever. I thought Tim didn't go to the doctor. I thought Tim didn't have no medical insurance. I don't know how you pay for infusions without medical insurance unless you're a millionaire. I mean, those things are expensive. Anyway, y'all tell me that. Tell me, how did he pay for infusions without insurance and only working 2 or 3 days a week? And saying he didn't have medical insurance. Oh, and he never went to the doctor. He never went to the doctor until the past couple years. Okay, the first video he talks about the rant. He's ranting. These rants that he does on going back to the old days and old cars, I don't really get into all that. I understand there's some things that you don't want to learn when you're older, and but there's still, you can still buy plain Jane cars. It's not like you can't. I mean, Tim, he talks about all this stuff, but yet he has all that stuff on that Honda. He wanted to make sure it had all that stuff. So, I mean, he wants all the modern conveniences, so don't say you don't. Plus, if you didn't have your cell phone, your iPhone, how would you be making videos, Tim? How would you be making money off of YouTube? That's my rant. You ought to be thankful for what you have. I understand you reminisce, but you insinuate that the old days were better than these days. And I'm sure parts of it was, but not everything. If you don't want to be on the phone, get off. Okay. Of course, he talks about that the increased cost of real estate, lamenting that people were happier with modest homes in the past. And, I think there's lots of people. I mean, I have a modest home. And sure, if I wanted to go into debt and all this junk and, work 2 jobs for a new home, let's say a new home, I could. Because I don't think I could get, I don't live in an area that real estate, just goes up like crazy. Now, up here on top of this mountain, it does. It's not really a mountain, it's a hill. It was a mountain, but now it's a hill. Now, that real estate up there goes up substantially. But where I live, it's, considered, starter homes. And, that's all I want. That's all my mom ever wanted. Okay, now, he talks about politics, of course, and, the media being biased and all that. Just junk. He has nothing new to offer. I mentioned to him about going to the celery fields, and even that lady, Kathy, she mentioned that the gym was going to be over near the celery fields, if I remember correctly. So he can go to that gym. If she lets him go, she might give him a free month. Who knows? And then he could go walk on the celery fields. You never know. All right, y'all. I got to go. Love you. Bye.